No way that this just happened. Guys, what? No freaking way. No way. No way. Trust me, guys, press the like button on this one and listen.
Because the purchasers did not have a reasonable expectation of profit tied to Ripple's effort? Okay. Those sales were blind bid ass transactions, she said, where the buyers could not have known if their payments, I'm reading from Reuters here, of money went to Ripple or any other seller of XRP. Interesting. So the buyer becomes the person who profits from it becomes the fulcrum here. XRP sales on cryptocurrency platforms.
I mean, Jason,
Ripple.
you're not going to figure this out in real time. This is too complicated. The bottom line is that the headline is...
Well, I just want to make sure the audience gets it, yeah.
Look, the headline is, I'm reading the tweet, Ripple sales of XRP do not constitute offer of investment contracts, according to Judge. They won.
They won.
This is a huge vindication for them. And the XRP is ripping 35%.
Yeah, and it really handcuffs the SEC. What are they going to do about Coinbase and every other exchange? I mean, if they're not selling securities, I think Coinbase and everybody else has always maintained they're selling tokens. This was the fulcrum argument for the SEC, and they just lost.
The whole crypto market is ripping right now.
And that's absolutely huge because these are some spearheads. And people are now starting to realize that Ripple really won. But, guys, I told you all. Okay, I'm about to show you something that I think a lot of you guys will like. That's why I said press that like button, because of what I'm about to show you. I know, I'm not showing it because I'm hyped up. I might even put it in the freaking thumbnail already. I'm hyped up, guys. I've not been this hyped up in a while because you know what you just watched. Come on, get hyped up a little. Let's go because you know what you just watched, right? Take a look at what Elon Musk just said. He just said about this good freaking podcast. A little piece right here. Inflation cools market rips. Ripple beats the motherfucking regulators. And Elon's like, hey, that's good. Woo! So if you couldn't fathom a world, all right? Just think about this for a second. If you couldn't fathom a place where these Bitcoin maximalists, get shut down. I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm seeing this with my own freaking eyes. Right. What? To compose myself here. Right now, there's been so many, and I wanted to show you, but I don't even need to right now. There are so many people in the Bitcoin community, or whatever community, that are hating upon Ripple, hating upon XRP, hating upon cryptos that are in that little ballpark. And every single time they say, well, but Ripple didn't really win. The SEC won. Or, well, but XRP is still actually a security. But what are these guys just now saying? Ripple won. XRP is not a security. Ripple won. They won. You know, the SEC got smacked. And what's Elon Musk even saying? Yeah, you're on the right path right there, my boys. It's a good-ass freaking podcast. Need I tell you more? Need I tell you more that we know what we're on? Are you realizing this? Whew!
Apparently,
it's so nice.
And it's breaking news. But Torres ruled XRP sales on public cryptocurrency exchanges were not offers of securities under the law because the purchasers did not have a reasonable expectation of profit tied to Ripple's effort? Okay. Those sales were blind bid ass transactions, she said, where the buyers could not have known if their payments, I'm reading from Reuters here, of money went to Ripple or any other seller of XRP. Interesting. So the buyer becomes the person who profits from it becomes the fulcrum here. XRP sales on cryptocurrency platforms.
I mean, Jason,
Ripple.
you're not going to figure this out in real time. This is too complicated. The bottom line.
And this part, obviously, I just showed you guys already, but still, I'm just so mesmerized that wow. I just want to once more, get this into you guys' brain, exactly what he said. Just please, give me this moment, all right? Guys, come on.
It's too complicated. The bottom line is that the headline is...
Well, I just want to make sure the audience gets it, yeah.
Look, the headline is, I'm reading the tweet, Ripple sales of XRP do not constitute offer of investment contracts, according to Judge. They won.
They won.
This is a huge vindication for them. And the XRP is ripping 35%.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it really handcuffs the SEC. What are they going to do about Coinbase and every other exchange?
Then a part of it is Chamath, I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, explaining that this is a big loss to the SEC. And I want to show you the next 3 minutes or so of this video because it's just one of the nicest things I've seen in a while. Please understand, these guys are not XRP community members discussing all this stuff every single day. These are outside observers looking into it. And they notice as well a lot of the things we mentioned before that are weird. For example, how the SEC protects the major institutions, but not the public. And he points that out in just a second. So watch this.
about Coinbase and every other exchange. I mean, if they're not selling securities, I think Coinbase and everybody else has always maintained they're selling tokens. This was the fulcrum argument for the SEC, and they just lost.
The whole crypto market is ripping right now.
It's an interesting one. The confounding part of this is that the initial sale to accredited investors and hedge funds was done that they violated securities law there when they were selling directly to sophisticated investors. Just looking at it logically, you would think it was the reverse. But this is a fascinating turn of events.
I just texted with Brad Garlinghouse, and he says, yes, it does mean that they won. And he feels
vindicated
and really happy about the...
How do you feel, J-Cal?
Well, I feel like I'm going to launch J-Coin and sell a token to back startups. I mean, if it's a free-for-all
I won't tell you what he said about you, J-Cal.
Yeah. No, I mean, I said from
you
the
were
beginning,
accusing these guys of security fraud for like the last several years.
Well, they've been convicted of securities fraud here. So it's a two-part judgment. Ripple violated federal securities law in its sale of cryptocurrency, the first line of the story. There's two judgments here.
And again, the reason I'm playing it in full is to show you guys one most important part, right? Because I've watched this clip already. He is turning in from a person that was fully against Ripple, fully against XRP, everything, to a person that just can't deny. He's saying, whoa, but it's two-sided. You know, they won and they lost. They're still they still lost. But as I said before, the argument right now to say, Ripple, it's starting to become less and less easy. And all these Bitcoin people or people that call it a scam, whatever, they're being discredited right now with the facts. It's harder and harder and harder to deny.
Sale of cryptocurrency XRP directly to sophisticated investors, but the sales on public exchanges did not involve securities. So what they're saying is, if you sold XRP to hedge funds, that was a security when they did the first offering. But when the public started trading it on public exchanges, they did not have, according to the Howey test, this belief.
But that's where their vulnerability was, because if you sell to a professional hedge fund, they're accredited.
That should not be an issue. You should be able to sell to accredited.
Right. So what's the problem? This is exoneration for them.
The judge says they lost
sound pretty happy, and the market seems to be indicating that this is. I mean, would you say the price is up 35%?
Well, I mean, listen,
the public, up to 37% right now.
Crypto trades, I wouldn't necessarily put too much on it. I would look at the actual judgment here, but we all know people trade headlines, so let's see where it's at in 5 days. But
a bunch of the altcoins are ripping right now.
Oh boy, here we go.
So a couple points again. One, he also kind of corrects himself by saying, to accredited investors, those shouldn't be security sales. My camera just died. Like I was saying, he's saying selling to these accredited investors shouldn't be securities transactions. But that shows he doesn't necessarily know exactly what he's talking about, I'm thinking. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I understand the SEC's approach to saying, if the way it went, some people that bought could have expected some profits because of the way it was handled. We're not really arguing fully against the SEC on the issue of whatever Ripple did, because nobody cares at the end of the day. If Ripple has to pay a fine, who cares? It's all about the idea that the way she ruled and what I just showed you guys, I'm sorry, because of this video going up before my next one, actually. I'm putting this video up like right now, this minute, and my other video is going to go up in like 30 minutes. You haven't seen it. I showed you guys a clip where Jeremy Hogan shared that the judge actually added some different other cases in her verdict that she didn't have to. And so that probably can't be appealed, and that's freaking huge. But basically, XRP is not a security, which came out of it. And whatever happened with Ripple as a company, it doesn't matter for XRP, because XRP and all this isn't a security. It's just potentially a contract that Ripple have with companies that are securities because of investment contracts. But XRP itself, because on the open market, if you buy and sell, nobody has the expectation of profit, so Howey doesn't count.
It's a judgment that seems to indicate for a lot of folks that these are not going to be treated as securities. I think that this is a really important, just think about how amazing the United States is, that the government agencies, the administration in power, can come after corporations. And then we have a court system that can adjudicate and make decisions that follow the rule of law. I know we're going to talk about Lena Khan and her agency's efforts at litigation. But I'm really encouraged at the fact that the court system in the United States doesn't just kowtow to whatever administration is in power at that moment, that they do adjudicate by the law and ultimately provide greater clarity for business, for individuals to operate going forward. That there is a better sense now for the market. There's a better sense now for individuals on what is and isn't appropriate.
Somehow, or have they always?
Well, it's a check and balance, right?
It's a check and balance, and I think that's what's so great is that there's now clarity because the courts provided that. Yeah.
Has this trend changed? I thought America always did that.
Yeah.
Just quick want to say two things again. One, the guy said, let's look at the price in 5-6 days. Well, the price right now is higher than it was at the moment when this lawsuit finished. Want to quickly point that out. And second of all, yes, the clarity argument, très bien. Perfect. Yeah, indeed. It's nice that the court indeed does not follow the SEC's rules. In fact, matter of fact, on both instances, for Coinbase and for the SEC versus Ripple case, the court and the judge is literally looking at the SEC thinking, what you're doing is weird, all right? And they're slapping them down. I'm loving it.
I think it's great. I think it's look, because you obviously have a very zealous administration and a very zealous agency leader who is testing the boundaries. And Lena Khan's agency is pushing the limits on what constitutes antitrust. And in the effort to try and push those boundaries, there is a pushback from the courts.
No, but in crypto, it's been Gensler and the SEC.
And it's been Gensler and the SEC. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm talking, but both agencies, right? And so it's good to see that there's clarity emerging and that the courts do their job and that the administrations come in.
Well,
and
I think the Lena Khan thing is very different. I think this was a nuanced argument that the SEC made that required a highly sophisticated interpretation of securities law. And you're supposed to go to the courts for that. I think what the FTC has been doing is basically just emotionally reactive lawsuit filing.
All right, so let me just pivot over to Lena Khan's losing streak here. On Tuesday morning, a federal judge denied the FTC's attempt.
And just once more, I want to say, Elon Musk this said, good podcasts, you can hear them, and how they can't deny the Ripple victory, the XRP victory. I'm going to, let's freaking go this one. Hashtag or dollar tag XRP, because, I mean, a lot of people will not realize this. Guys, make sure you put this freaking video over on Twitter, I think. We got to show this to more people, that Elon Musk actually talks about, or at least encourages this whole Ripple debacle here, where these guys are realizing just how much the SEC got beat up and how they should be beat up, etc., etc. Guys, I'm having a good time today. You know what? Today, pants off, right? I'm wearing no more pants, no nothing. I was just chilling. That's why I'm wearing the Binance bathrobe. I'm going to say real quick, if you're looking to trade, I don't actually trade on Binance too much. I trade mostly on BitGet or Bybit. Over on Bybit, you can get yourself about $1,125 trade for absolutely free, but you need to KYC. Know that. But the link for that is down below. $1,125 position to trade XRP with. Check that out. And over on BitGet, a couple of things you can do here to get access to the prize wheel. And you can win a couple of different things. $100, $2,000, a MacBook, or just $1. Just check it out. Go through all these different steps to get more tickets to spin even more often. But yeah, both of those links will be down below. Bybit is the exchange I use all the time. And right now, my XRP trade is in about 112. You guys can't see it perfectly. It's mirrored, I know. But it's in about 112% profit over on Bybit. So make sure you get yourself your free trade. Because again, $1,125 worth of a position you can get for free. So make sure you go ahead and check that out. And guys, like I always say, make sure you put that notification bell on because this is pretty crazy. And let's see what this does to the XRP price, if anything. But Elon Musk encouraging all this, I'd say that's a good sign of shutting all these motherfrickers up.